Hi everyone, this is Luis Barcasaboite. Just a little update if you've been following along the videos, but I was at CHSU Com doing this with the HoloLens, and now I'm here at MSOM Meredith, all the way from California to Hagerstown, Maryland. So I'm here with this new organization. And we're still on Hollow Anatomy, so don't worry about that. We're on the Hollow Anatomy Next, which is the newest version on the Oculus Quest 3, which is hopefully going to be agnostic with the HoloLens. But let's enough about me. I'm just going to do a quick video on this new device that's being used at the same time that the HoloLens is being used on the previous version of Hollow Anatomy. But this is for anyone who is using the Quest now as a new user and using it for something like Hollow Anatomy. So this is the Quest 3 um, from Meta, Facebook, right? Not the 3S. The 3, we like that. Stronger, more storage. Here you can see that we've attached the Meta Elite external battery packs. Not my personal recommendation for something like this, but it will get the job done. Here we can see that it's connected here. So usually you have like that stringy strap that you kind of wrap around your head, but this is much more comfortable, right? It sits on the back of your head there. You can put labels here. We recommend it right there so students don't peel it off. And then you have your power source. With this cart, which is a really nice cart actually, we would place it something like this and then just plug it in and it's charging. And also when it's on, it has some UV lights that'll clean it too. This dial here would be like the HoloLens, right, where you can adjust to your head size, and then like the HoloLens as well, this head strap here will adjust. And then we also recommend these silicone face molds. If you wear a lot of makeup like myself, right, you want to make sure that your brow pad is protected or your face cover is protected. So we recommend these. Take them home, wash them, even put them in a dishwasher if you want. Washing machine if you want. And yeah, you can also buy these other types of chargers where you can place it and it charges right here. On the Quest, we have our power button right over here. We have our cameras, depth sensors, IPD dial, right? It adjusts to your IPD. I'll put a link down below that goes over the applications either on Apple or iPhone where you can download that and scan your IPD, interpupillary distance, so you can get that and adjust it here. You have your volume on this side, right? I like to have my volume because I want to hear when I'm kind of going across and selecting items. Then we have our spacers. If you wear glasses like me, you'll hold this and kind of pull it out a little bit until you see these little kind of silver buttons expand. So I have glasses, so I'll put it on 3 or 4. When I don't wear them, I'll place this near the second or first hole. So I recommend doing that if you wear glasses. So let's put this on and let's go over see some of the Quest 3 menu options. Again, we're using pass-through mode, so no controllers, also hands-free like the HoloLens. The thing is, it's not as clear as the HoloLens was in terms of the augmented reality, right? With that device, the screen was clear. With this, you can kind of see some fuzziness, but the whole purpose of this IPD adjustment is to help. So on my side, my IPD is 65, so I get to see a lot clearer when I have it on 65 versus having it on 64. All right. One final thing, if you have an external battery pack, making sure that if this ever dies, charging it to the Quest 3 itself, and then letting power run through the external battery. So let's put this on, and let's get started. So here we can see when you're on pass-through mode, it kind of looks like so. The most important button in this Quest is going to be your Meta button. So just by tapping, it'll come apart. And then one thing different from the HoloLens is the fact you can see your hands, right? So I'm gonna open that menu, and like the HoloLens, you have your air tap and your like air pinching. So here you can see me air tapping, right? And to air tapping and then the air pinching. Here you can see where that pass-through mode is. You can either double tap on the side of your Quest, or you can just hit this, and now you're in your virtual realm. So one thing to keep in mind is if you have your controllers on with a battery, sometimes it won't pick up your hand tracking, thinking that the controllers are on and you should be using those. So something we came across early was the controller side. Sometimes we have issues with the device not loading, so we'll hard restart, which is holding your power button on the left side here for 30 seconds until it resets. Some of the more important functions of the Quest 3 are your quick settings. When you're using something like Hollow Anatomy, we will adjust our boundaries, making sure we're on pass-through. And then something I can go in a further video for Quest is how to cast review, which is also nice. Here, the way we've set it up on our MDM, we have the option to separate applications that we don't think students need, as well as locking some applications as well. So for purpose of MSOM, we use it for Hollow Anatomy. So here you can see Hollow Anatomy is under the library, right? This dice looking application right here, or sometimes it'll show up on the navigation bar. Let's see what else. I think that is it for this video. It's just to show you a quick overview of the device and some of the more important buttons. One thing before I go is show you the boundary setup, just because I think it's really important for users to understand. So you can see there, quick settings. I hit the boundary. I'm turning it on. The automatic boundary can be nice sometimes, but if there's people around you, it won't go through them. So I like to choose my own boundary. I'll hit room scale, and then you can adjust this as well. So here you can see this is kind of low. I'm gonna hit redo because it went through the carpet. Hold this and place it. That's a good level for me. Hit confirm, and then you can see for our lab setup here at MSOM, we have kind of 4 corners indicating where your boundary should be. So you can kind of, draw it as accurately as you need. Sometimes I'll still tell students to go past that a little bit, but I always remind them, anytime you step out of this boundary, the Hollow Anatomy app or any app you're working on will pause. So that's something to keep in mind. That's all for this video. Please comment down below if you have any questions, or there are some items that I might have missed as a new user of the Quest 3. Glad to be back, everyone.